Hello everyone. Oh, I didn't have my microphone down. There we go. Hello everyone, Donald here. I have a little bit of extra time today before my D&D session. So I decided, because I want to actually make some progress on this again, that I'll try working a bit on the shower patch again. I think I played through this chapter once. I changed the positions a little bit, I made sure that that worked, but I haven't actually worked on, you know, making the chapter as good as I want it to be. Like improving the enemy quality a bit, maybe even adding a couple more, we'll see. Let me just tone down the music a bit on my end. Hello Noah Warren, hello Hero. Our hero, the Dragonborn comes. Yeah, there's a couple of things here. I've played through it, but I think I'll just play through it again. Get the poleaxe. Let me just quickly do some very short preps, so I don't have to do them for next chapter, but this chapter needs a good amount more work, I feel. I just played that chapter last night. Yeah, Stixia team? Yeah, I put it on random mix, my playlist, so. Maybe a quick reminder on our units. You know, we have Ike here, Soiren, Big Boyd, Arinchia, Alia, Oscar, Lofa. And keep in mind, bows are generally stronger. And you get Mia earlier, so we have her here already. I'm thinking I'm even gonna make her join in the prologue, actually, but I'd need to rework that. For now, I'm relatively happy with how you do here, and the positioning is also changed a bit because you have more units. So I would just say we play through it again. My idea was that you would have the ability to go through two sides at once. You may notice you don't have Titania here, that's because she now joins at the top there in a couple of turns. But as you can see, the enemy quality leaves a lot to be desired. Like this guy, 3 strength. 3 strength? This is hard mode, by the way. I feel like that it could benefit from some pillar-like defense tiles. I would agree, but here's the issue. This game doesn't have pillars as defense tiles. And I'm not quite sure what you could use that would look like a pillar or like a defensive tile, but it also wouldn't look like you're just phasing through a wall, essentially. That's my issue here. And to be fair, I think the only 2 spots where a pillar would kinda make sense would be like maybe to here, and maybe like to here, or maybe one here. I'm not sure, but they would need to have like some sense. Like you can't just have a pillar in the middle of nowhere for no reason. Like these are decorations. Yeah, I'm really not sure how I would do that. You can now change tiles around, but I am not super familiar with how to do that. So I think what I will probably do is we will go through every enemy one by one while slowly playing the map, and we will make them a bit stronger where necessary. And this is the first guy that we are thinking of. Now, I am not quite sure. I guess this guy's PID is just very weak. But I don't think we really want to fiddle with the PIDs. I'm also not quite sure what the unknown data 2 means there. You know, you have 0, you have 2, 4, 5. I'm not quite sure what the second number means. For sure, I guess I would open the map up a bit to compensate. Well, the issue is with FE9, I cannot change the map itself. Like, this map will always look like this. What I can theoretically change is the playable margin. I could increase that so you can, like, go on the stair tile below, but that doesn't really change anything for the map. The playable margin is pretty much as wide as you can have it be. I could theoretically... Actually, you're right. I could change these walls. These are also map objects. But honestly, I think the map itself is fine. I would probably just change the enemies a bit. Because I don't think there's all that much you can do. Hello, money! One thing I definitely want to change, because I don't like it, is this chest. The only thing this chest does is it makes you waste your time. Because you now have to get the chest key, and then either with the unit that you got the chest key with, you need to open the chest, and then you need to move back. So that's up to 3 turns you can waste, if not more, just to open the chest. So I think what I will do is I will just place a thief here. By the way, Donald, are you going to cook with the new tool that transfers assets between games in previous chapters? Well, transfers assets between games is not quite correct. You can technically do a little bit of that, but like even just changing the map up, period, like in general, is still very, very difficult. So difficult and time consuming. There is a new tool that makes it easier, but I haven't tried it yet. I briefly looked into it, and I realized that I think it might be a bit too much for me to worry about for now. You can change some things, but the issue with changing assets between games is one of these games is made for the GameCube, and one of them is made for the Wii. And the Wii uses a lot of the architecture and libraries that the GameCube used, so you can transfer some assets, but like let's say an FE10 animation, you know, you have a, this is just an example, you have an animation file in there that says attack 1, for example, right? That's what the file is called, and that's what the files need to be called to work. But in FE9, the same attack, like first attack animation, may just be called ATK1. Which essentially means the same, but because it's not the exact same, the code will not recognize it. And stuff like that is very difficult to change. Like, some people have played around with it, but it's not fully there yet. Like, some people have been able to, say, use Nyla's FE10 animation, you know, Nyla's wolf animation, and port that to FE9, or Laura's priest animation, but it was very buggy. And in general, if an animation doesn't work in FE10, it will just give you like a, most of the time, it will just give you a placeholder cube, or it will just skip the animation. You have some sort of fail-safes in that. In FE9, if the animation doesn't work, your game crashes. So having an animation that's a little bit faulty, or an asset that's a little bit faulty, potentially, is much more detrimental in this game compared to the others. Anyways, we wanted to change this dude. So these stats are absolutely abysmal. And let me just put that over to my second screen, just so we can see it better, or I can see it better. You guys won't be able to see it, but what we need to do is we need to check the stats here, and I always forget what does what here. So I think I changed it up pretty much here. Let's check this out. So yeah, that's res and defense. Okay, that's enough for me, so we can go back now. The reason why I'm not changing Maniac and changing Hard instead, by the way, is because Maniac is actually easy mode in this. Alright, so this guy, that's his res, that's his defense, that's his luck, that's his speed. 8 speed. Honestly, let's give him 1 more speed. I feel like as long as he is able to actually wield his weapon, his speed should be fine. But then again, being able to wield his weapon means 10 more strength, but honestly, I think that's fine. So we'll give him 9 speed. Skill, he does need a little bit of skill. Let's give him 5 skill. Doesn't need magic, strength. Okay, so that will be 1, 2... Hold on, A, 0, yeah, that's 10. No, wait, 0, A is 10. Yeah, we'll give him 10 more strength, 28 HP. Considering there's not many other enemies immediately in the vicinity, let's give him a little bit more HP as well. Let's just give him like 6 more HP. He's level 7, which is, you know, he should not be complete dog shit. Okay. So we've done that. If you have music requests, by the way, just let me know. Honestly, the soldiers are pretty much fine, I think. We shouldn't worry too much about them. But yeah, as you can see, this dude does 3 damage to Mia. 3 damage to Mia. That is laughable. Yeah. So this guy can definitely be improved. Hype. Yeah, it's only gonna be a short stream today, but because I have D&D later, but oh nice. We're gonna be testing one by one. Lo-fi, yeah, they all have their Japanese names. Just adds a bit to the variety. And that way you immediately know that putting the patch on worked. I don't know, I felt like it was a cool little change. Now, I'm a bit unsure what I want to do with these guys here, because on one hand, I kind of want to encourage the player to be able to bowl to Royd in the vision. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah, I was always thinking of a bowl of cereal, but yeah. But I want to encourage the player, since Ike starts here, to be able to split up here and not just send everybody towards here. But the issue is you don't really have an incentive to go here, and the enemies here are so numerous that, like, if you just move in, you just die. So you can't really move here. What might be a idea would be having, like, changing the enemy positions around a bit more. Maybe changing most of these guys. Like, yeah, putting a chest here, for example. That would be really good, but I can't do that right now, because I still haven't quite figured out how to add the objects. I'll have to ask around for that. There is a tool now, but I haven't worked with it. So, but we can note down. Let me check the X coordinate of that. That is 415. Let's note that down in my notes. Or actually, I now have. Probably take a look at that. I have gone through the trouble of making stuff for every single chapter here, making a little post on the Discord. Hold on, let me sort this by date posted. So it will be much easier to write something down for a specific chapter. So let me just write this down here. I've left a little bit of a note for every single chapter here. What the idea is, how much done it is. If I want to add something, I can just write it down in here. And that should help me organize, and that should help people react to the ideas. Which would otherwise be a bit more difficult if it's all just in my droppables objects I was summoned. Yes, we were thinking of placing a chest exactly here. To give the player some incentive, either here or here, I guess. To give the player some incentive to move towards the left, and then changing these enemy positions up to where it would create a situation of, if you want to get this chest, you have to be fast, and you have to, like, push through here. But you also want to get this chest, because I'm gonna add a thief here. So you kinda are forced to split up a bit if you want both of the rewards. I think that would be pretty cool. Alternatively, if I don't want to add a chest, because, again, I don't really like chests that much. I prefer droppables. Actually, I think I'm gonna hold off on a chest. And just add a enemy here with a droppable. Or maybe we add an open chest here later. That could also work. And have, like, an event where after turn 1, you know, a bishop opens this chest and takes out a physics staff or something. I think that could be pretty cool, because I think physic is magic divided by 2 in this game, right? So I think that would work pretty well. More objects equals more fun. Fair, fair. That is kind of a design philosophy, more equals more fun. But I would maybe place one right here. Okay, let me note that down then. So, place chest in 315 that gets opened by a mini boss next to it, giving him a droppable item. Okay, so let's do that. We will add a spawn here. And we'll just copy, let's copy the data for one of the mages. And we'll make it a level 1 bishop. I like the idea of a bishop. Hello, chaboy chowder. I like the idea of a bishop. Let's do a bishop here. Reminds me of the Thracia Meteor Sage. I don't think I want to give him a Siege Tome, because Siege Tomes are just not very fun, and if anything, a Siege Tome would just discourage you from going here even more. I'm gonna do a shower stream too, but instead of making a new patch, I'll have a webcam on in the shower. So, let's see what we can give him. I think for now, until we get the whole thing with the chest figured out, I will just make him... where is it? Let me check the items. I'll just give him, like, a weak tome and a physic. So he can defend himself a little bit. Yeah, just like a lightning tome is fine, I think. We'll give him a lightning tome. And then we will also give him a... where is it? Physic. A reblow. So they can blow the enemies. I think staves count as... no, they count as weapons, actually. Interesting. We'll give him the staff. And I do have to take a look. I know in FE10... yeah, see, in FE10, you can just put /D here, and that makes it droppable. That doesn't work for this. Oh, but now I remember what these unknowns are for. So you see how this is weapon number 5? Or item number 5 here. This has something to do with the state of the unit. This, again, I don't know, but these are droppable states. These are item states. So this is weapon 1, weapon 2, weapon 3, weapon 4, and an item 1. Because if we take a look at the game right here, we will notice that this guy is dropping his chest key. And so by putting a 1 here, that makes it droppable. So we are gonna go right here, and we will make... oh, that guy drops his weapon, I guess. We will turn this into 1, and that should make him drop the physics staff. Alright, let's change this guy, however. Oh, and also, I want to add a thief here. I'm pretty sure thieves give you the item if they steal it, right? If you just kill them, you get the item, like in any other game. I don't think it's the case for FE10, but for FE9, I'm pretty sure it is. So we're gonna add another spawn here. We're gonna copy the data of the thief. And we're gonna place him right here. Just with a knife. Level 7, that's fine. I think we can just keep him like this for now. You get the first item they steal, yeah. So we're gonna do this. We're just gonna place him there, and a looter move escape. So yeah, he should try to get these chests and then run away. So you're encouraged to try to following. You're streaming early, it's 9 AM for... I am streaming early because I have D&D in 3 hours. but I really wanted to get some work done, and I work best when I have a stream going on and other people to motivate me to do it. So, yeah. Okay, so we have this guy who's gonna try going after these chests eventually. We have this guy who's gonna go after them immediately. With the player units here, we wanted to change this guy a little bit more. Looking at his stats again, let me just always on top. So, let's see. I'll not work faster. Yeah, D&D. Me and Pedorino have a Monday campaign where we play in a custom setting called Krator, where I'm essentially just playing, you know, a Death Lord or Death Knight, like, you know, like Arthas from Warcraft, kind of. And then we also have like a cursed character, and then on Tuesday or Thursday, sorry, I play Ilya Tukachev, and he is a vampiric ranger in a Strat campaign who hates vampires, and both are very fun to play. But you know, for Ilya, I always have to do a little bit of Russian accent. And despite everybody telling me that Ranger is dog shit, I'm actually very strong in that campaign. I'm the damage dealer other than our Berserker. And it's quite fun. Anyways, what do we want to do with this guy? I think we may just want to give him like +2 across the board. Something like that. I don't think res. Again, I don't want these guys to have too much res for now. Ranger is decent if you build it right. I have a Gloomstalker Ranger. If DM'd a few campaigns, too much work. Yeah, I'm just a player for them. I've DM'd a couple campaigns when I was younger, and it was awful. It was always a case of everybody wanted to play D&D, but nobody wants to lead the campaign, or DM the campaign. And then eventually, one of the guys is like, guys, I want to play it so badly, I'm just gonna DM it. And then it always goes wrong. Hello, German man that has a fascination with showers. Oh, not that joke again. We're actually gonna give these guys a little bit more luck. A little bit more... Like, the soldiers are supposed to be like an all-arounder sort. And then for HP, let's give them 4 more. I think that's fine. How big is the Jav? Yeah, I mean, they're a little bit tanky. He's still gonna get weighed down by it a bit, but not as much as before. Like, his speed is not gonna be 0 anymore. For these guys, if anything, maybe I wanna... Yeah, I don't quite like how tanky these guys are. I think this is just a lone guy. In fact, maybe we just make this guy a knight. You know, I kinda like that idea. So let's revise that. Let's revise that. We'll make this guy a knight. I think that's gonna be better. So let's see. Dane arm. You're gonna be an arm. Oh right, I have different armors. I think I'm just gonna keep him a lance armor. Hand spear. We're just gonna make him an armor for now. I don't think I even need to change anything else. Because then you still have to kinda get through him a little bit. Maybe I don't want to add a thief in that case, because then you're kind of forced to be in here a little bit if you want to get the chest. Maybe I do want the player to just take a bit longer here. Let's do that. We'll remove the thief here again. We'll make this guy a little bit stronger. Let's make him level 10, like the guys in the middle. No move, all unit attack. Okay, yes. This means if somebody is in his range, he will attack, but he will not move, if I remember correctly. Or no move attack? Is it this one? I mean, I guess we can check. He should move next turn. The guys down here, I think I should... these guys are reinforcements, we can remove them for now. These guys are also reinforcements. What's up, Don? Hello, Wilhelm Stahlkern! my beloved. So, these guys are a little bit too tanky. And I can put the screen up here again so you can see it better. These guys are a little bit too tanky. I'd like them to be like, they can deal more damage, that's fine with me, but I want them to be less tanky. So, we're gonna do the same thing. Their res can be 0, so we're gonna do FD. FD. Defense, I also want to reduce by 2, we'll do FD. Luck can stay the same. Speed can stay the same. Their damage output is fine. So that's defense, luck, speed, skill, magic, strength, HP. We'll reduce their HP a little bit as well. We can just make them a little bit lower level, I think. We'll do... Actually, if I reduce their level, they will already be weaker. Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna reduce their level. That should already work. Make these guys level 4. I didn't know Paragon had Path of Radiance support. Since when? Since like a year, maybe? A year or maximum 2 years, but I think it was 1 year. It got it relatively recently. And you still can't do everything with it, but you can do quite a lot with it. So, yeah. We're just gonna reduce these guys' levels a little bit, then you should be able to do a little bit more damage. And then you know what? Let's give them a Steel Lance, since their damage output will also be lower. I do Steel Lance here, and Steel Lance here. Then these guys. That's awesome. Yeah, like, again, it's not super developed, but you can already do quite a lot with it. Recently, we figured out how to change map objects, so we could actually change these pillars, for example, or these walls. I was, like, for example, thinking of putting a chest in here, but you gotta do that with hex editing. There's, like, a fancy tool that helps you to find the correct coordinates and everything that AT Machine made. Or, I'm still not sure if it's AT Machine or ATM Machine, because it's only one M. But he made a tool with, I think it was Jade, that allows you to change this stuff much more easily, but I still haven't looked into it all that much. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. These guys, honestly, I think I'll just make these reinforcements. I'll keep these guys here, they will kind of guard it, and then these guys will appear like a couple of turns in. Or maybe I'll just move them back a bit. Let's see. These guys, that's a reinforcement. It's also the reinforcement. It's also reinforcements. Oh, these are the guys you first see. So let's maybe have this guy be right here. We'll change the positions around a bit. And we'll make it 2 archers. So we'll copy this guy's data onto this guy. Perfect. Steel bow, 2 steel bows, 2 steel lances. Jade made the tool and I made the guy. Jade has crazy quality work, you can just say ATM. Okay, thank you. Wasn't quite sure who made how much, but the tool looked to be pretty good. I do wish it was like a full-on program, instead of a very, very fancy Google Doc, or no, what was it called? Google Table? You know what I mean. But honestly, it's pretty impressive by itself already. And I don't think you guys know how to code, and God knows I don't really know either. Yeah, so we're gonna move these guys here. This will give the player a little bit more room. These guys will move here on the second turn. And then you can potentially even block this off with Ike and Oscar if you want, or maybe if you want to send Boyd down here, you can do Oscar, Boyd. That should work pretty well. And then I also kind of like the Aragon fork when. Well, the thing is, you don't even need to do a fork, I think. You can probably just, you know... well, actually, no. You'd probably need to do a fork, put it in correctly, And then you can just ask Thane, hey, can you add this to the real Paragon? And he's like, yeah, sure. I would guess. So yeah, we got this guy right here. Let's think some more about this. This guy has a steel axe. I kinda like the idea of the enemies that are here being a bit stronger, because this is where your stronger units will be. And I think this guy will be the first of that. We're gonna make this guy level 18, and we're gonna give him a silver. He will be strong. Still wondering, is that maybe the bonus levels they get? No. I'm not sure. But yeah, okay, this guy, we have this guy, we have... These guys can stay as they are for now. I think I want to make this guy a fighter. So we're gonna copy the data here. Maybe not a level 18 fighter, let's just make him like level 10. And give him a... steel axe. Because then Mia can deal with this guy relatively well. In fact, maybe we just want to make it 2 axe fighters? Because that encourages you to send Mia this way. Let's actually do that. Oh, let's just copy this guy's data. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I like that. Python is alien to me, unfortunately. I can't even vibe code my way there. I tried. For me, I mean, every time I work on something a little bit, I become a little bit better at it, but like eventing and coding is still... It's relatively okay for me to understand what the code is saying, but writing it is the difficulty. I have been getting better at it over time, though. Okay, so we have these guys. Okay, those are those guys. The reinforcements here. Okay, I think what we might just want to do with these guys is we want to make them, cavalry. Because if they're cavalry, then there's a reason for you to use the poleaxe, and then they can catch up to you easier. Anything, the evil side of me is wondering if I should just make these guys paladins. But I feel like that would maybe take the spotlight a bit away from Petrine, since she's also just a paladin. Even if they're not quite as high level or as strong. But I want to make these guys... I want to make them cavaliers. I don't think I can search by PID, I think they're just called soldiers. Yeah. Bit unfortunate. Zako. Here, Dane soldier. Halberdier, archer. Paladin. The 10 riders. Oh, here. Lance Knight. Yeah, the game is a bit weird. Knights are cavaliers, and well, I call them armor, I think, to differentiate them. No, actually, they're called armor in this as well. While in base Fire Emblem, they're called armor knights. You know, the heavily defensive guys. Here, they just split it up into 2. It's a bit confusing at times, but we will take these guys. If anything, maybe we want to make them axe knights. Now that I think about it, do they have an axe knight? Surely there's a generic axe knight in here somewhere. Tutorial, bandits. Self-defense, okay. Peddling, liberation. Dane, here's more Dane guys. Yeah, see, some of these Dane guy IDs have actual portraits. Hello, Machetang. Sword Knight. Lance Armor, Sworder. Lance Armor, Lance Knight. I want an Axe Knight in here. Is there an Axe Knight? Trial map. Yeah, I don't think there's an Axe Knight in here. Ooh, Abyssal Dragon, 1 membership. Thank you! That's very nice of you. How long has this music been going on? Oh, it's 30 minutes of this. You know what? I'm gonna jump forward just a bit. Let's get some other music. Not this. This is a little bit too quiet. No, Anderson Saga. I don't know what they did with the new YouTube overlay, but it's a lot worse. Like, in the performance, it just makes my computer lag, and my computer is not bad. I think it's just vibe coded. You know, I recently saw a tweet from one of the guys who made the Windows 11 taskbar, right? It like comes... Oh, no, that's Sabaton. It's gonna get me copyrighted. Why is the repeat not working on the playlist? There we go. I saw a tweet where the guy was like asked why, like, every time you open the Windows 11 taskbar, it gives you a CPU spike to like 100%. And somebody was saying like, oh my god, this is horribly optimized. Like, I wonder what the guy was thinking who made this. And then the guy who made it was like, hey, I made this. If you have questions, let me know. And then the question was, do you think of optimizing your code? And he just answers, no. Optimization is not something I worry about. And with people like that, like, no wonder Windows is so fucking shit. Because they have no idea what they're doing. Let's try this one. King of Fighters Esaka. Oh, another one from Abyssal Dragon. Thank you, man! Trollschnitzel. What an amazing name. Okay, so that means we gotta do something. We gotta make a new class. Or a new PID here. Lance Knight. Every time YouTube implements an interface change, it is for the worse. Yeah, I think what YouTube probably needs is, instead of hiring new people, they just don't. Oh, I already copied it. I guess I can remove this one then. As a Windows 11 user, can confirm. I feel bad for people who are still, like, sitting on Windows 11, if I'm being honest. Wait, no, this seems like a placeholder. I probably shouldn't touch this. It just takes the stats of... Oh no, it's an empty one. Ah, okay, so it doesn't have any values assigned to it yet. Okay. Let's find that guy again. Lance Knight. We're gonna copy this dude over. Go down here. And we need a new ID. So SK stands for Social Knight, which is what they call Cavaliers in Japan. I think it's always a 3... Yeah, it's a three-letter name. Let's just disregard that. Let's just call him Social Knight Axe. And we'll make him an Axe Knight. In fact, maybe I should just call them S-Knight, Axe S-Knight, to differentiate them. At least for the development. You know what, I think that's a good idea. Because otherwise these are a little bit difficult to... Socialist Knight? No, not quite like that. But, at least for the development phase. But I guess for the player it doesn't quite matter that much, but... Bow Knight... Antisocial Knight? Look, wait, these are paladins, actually. It doesn't matter. We'll just do this. X Paladin, O Paladin. Why is there so many... There's so many weird things about this game. Wait, the Paladins? Oh, that's the linked class. Okay, I was looking at the linked class. That's obviously wrong, so this is correct. S-Knight, these are the female variants. S-Knight. Paladins we can keep the same. Yeah, that should differentiate them a little bit more. Just joined the stream, whatever you're saying is fake news. I was saying that Windows 11 is ass. And I think instead of making the company bigger, they should fire people who can't do their job right. Okay, the issue is we gotta find the AID, which is the animation of the Axe Knights, and there is no Axe Knight class in there, so I think we're just gonna use one of the player ones. I could have sworn there was generic Axe Knights though. I don't think I can take a look at... No, I don't think I can take a look at the animation files in here. Oh, we can check the class actually. They're all just using AID Knight. I guess it's the same AID, the only difference is what weapon they use. What about the sword? There was a sword knight I saw for Dane. Does he also have the same ID? I hope you can't hear my keyboard clicking, by the way. My dad gifted me a new keyboard, or like one that he used previously but didn't need anymore, but it's very high quality, so I had it lying around until like my old keyboard. It wasn't broken, but I was like, you know, I might as well try it out. We can? Oh god! Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad, hold on. I thought you couldn't hear it. Can you hear it in my other streams as well? Holy shit, you can hear it. Oh, that's really bad, man. I don't think you could hear it in the other ones, but maybe you can hear it in this one. Oh boy, open threshold. If I do this. Okay. Maybe this is better. Let's see. You can still hear it. Oh my god, okay. I need to figure that out because, you know, I got used to this mechanical keyboard already, but if it's gonna be very audible in all of the streams, then maybe I wanna either switch to the other one or, find a way to fix that. Noise suppression. Post. What if we do this? I don't mind the keyboard noises personally. I would personally mind it, I think. So, I want to see if I can fix it, but maybe I'll just do that afterwards. Maybe you'll just have to live with it for now. Came in here King of Fighters 98 Esaka equals win. It sounds fine to me. Okay. Well, if you notice a difference in my like me suddenly cutting off or something, let me know because I changed the microphone settings or like the filters on OBS. Let's see. We wanted to take a look if there was just a Dane, guys. You really only fight Dane in this game? That's kind of crazy. I recall you fighting them a bit more. Yeah, it's all just Knight Dane. And I think it was a Sword Knight here as well. I don't remember where he was. Unfortunately, it just tells you the names and not the IDs here. Which is a little bit sad. Because it doesn't really help you differentiate these guys. I think for FE10 it does tell you the ID, so this is a little bit weird. but let's see. I think it was further down. That's S-Knight. Night tutorial. Okay, I guess this is a special, dude. I think it should be fun. Honestly, we should probably just try it out. We should probably just try it out, but I think this one should work because the animation is technically there. We'll just try. Why do you not have base stats? Do they really not have base stats? Is that a thing in this game? Huh. I guess the generics just don't have base stats, for the most part. That's crazy. Okay, but what we're gonna do then is... Oh, I need the AID. I need the AID. We're gonna make these guys here. Dane, Social Knight, Axe. And Axe, S-Knight. Steel Axe. Let's make these level 12. I want to make them a little bit stronger. And we're just going to copy them over to this guy. So these guys will try to attack you. I think I'll keep this dude here. Ideally... Or maybe here. Ideally, I want him to move towards the top most of the cases. Or most of the times. If need be, I can do it via an event. But ideally, I don't want to do it like that. Yeah. Alright, let's see. So we got that going. I think, yeah, this guy doesn't matter because he gets killed in a cutscene. This guy we could also make a knight. Let's just copy this dude's stats over. But give him a... Steel Lance. What we can also do is we can try something like a Dory. I don't know if I've added those already. Or like a Guard Naginata, I think is what it's called in Fates. A lance that gives you a little bit more defensive stats. I think that could be pretty cool. What do you guys think? I want to add some new weapons anyways, so... I have to edit the great weapons. Let's add a new one. I kind of like that idea. We're gonna copy the stats of... Let's copy the Steel Lance over for now. And we'll call it... Dory Lance. Berwick Saga has the Dories. Dory Lance. Or the Spear. They're called lances in this game, so I know it's technically not right. You know, playing Berwick made me realize that, no sir, they're not called lances, they're actually spears. We'll change the fixed mode modifiers, I don't think it'll particularly matter, but... let's do -5 here. Just for Stash, because I know he loves him. We're gonna make him a bit heavy though. Let's do 16 weight. So this will be best on units that can take the weight, that have the strength to wield them, which will be mostly tanky units, I think. And as an additional thing, we do have the Night Ward here with the equipment D. I'm not sure if this works for weapons as well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna give this to the Dory Lance, so you can only use this if you're an infantry class. We're gonna reduce the might to 6, the hit to 60. Let's do 20 uses. My question is, what are you going to do with Ashnard? Maybe make it so that other S-rank weapons can damage him? Yes. I think what I will do is everybody will be able to damage him, generally. But I will make, like, actually, what you can do is you can take a look at my chapter progress list here. If we take a look at the finale right here. Not sure what exactly to do here, but I want this to feel close to Clash in difficulty. If Har, Jill, and Petrine were not recruited or defeated, they will appear here. If the Burger King and Bryce were not defeated, they will also appear. Ashnard and the Burger King will lose their goddess armor here. Maybe any other boss you fail to defeat will also appear here. I want the finale. It's already one of the stronger maps, I would say, of the game. Other than the fact that Ashnard can't be hurt. But I want to make this a huge, huge challenge. I want this to be Clash, but worse. Or, not but worse, but like more fun in gameplay, but more difficult than Clash. And, yeah, but this is so far into the future that, like, this is just a basic idea for now. Okay, Dory Lance, bonus stats. We're gonna give it 2 defense, 2 res. I think that's probably fine. Let's do this as well. So the final boss quotes against Ashnards will be used. Yes, you will be able to actually fight him. Weapon rank, let's make it C rank. Worth per use, let's make this a little bit more expensive. That's like, what? 700? That's a little bit cheap. So make it 50. More enemies equals more fun. Not necessarily, but potentially. Let's make it 52. 53. Let's get the weapon EXP up a bit. 3 weapon EXP. I'm not quite sure if 2 is fine. One thing I was definitely... I didn't do yet, but I think I want to do is I want to generally lower the defensive stats of pretty much everything in the game. This is a thing I've seen many hacks do and many other things. But I think it's not necessarily a bad idea, because I want this to not be an enemy face game. I want this to actually be a player face game. So defensive bulk will be reduced overall, I think. Growths as well. But, you know, it's difficult to find a balance. I don't want to do this just now. And be seen outside of YouTube. Raisin versus Ashnard is so funny. Honestly, what I think could be fun is if you may get, like, I don't know, if Raisin is able to get Vortex or something, or some way of attacking, so you can actually attack with him, deal a little bit of damage, potentially survive, and see the conversation against Ashnard. Alternatively, maybe I could just turn it into like a interaction where if you dance while close to Ashnard, you get to see the battle quote. I'm not quite sure, but again, it's very far into the future. Okay, right. I changed the Dory. Dirge of Ruin, Lore, Deep Cut. What? I don't get that. Okay, but we have the Dory Lance. Do you guys think 2 defense and 2 res is enough? I almost feel like it's too little. Let's do 3. Yeah, we'll do 3. And we'll give this guy a Dory Lance. I kinda wanna make this one droppable. Could be a talk option, but I'd feel bad to lose a dance to talk. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that basically Guard Lance? Yeah, that's the idea. 2 is fine. Okay, we'll keep it 2 for now, though. Actually, no, I'll keep it 3. I'll keep it 3. I do want it to be relatively impactful. Raisin mentions in a rage he'll sing the Dirge of Ruin. Maybe. Maybe Raisin would be the one who sings the Dirge of Ruin or whatever it's called, and that reduces, that like temporarily makes Ashnard's goddess armor go away. And that is why you can hurt him normally. That could work. And then I could just have the battle convo in that moment. Anyways, we were thinking of droppable item, right? Take a look here again. It's 4th weapon, 3rd weapon, 2nd weapon. Okay, so it is the 3rd slot. I want to make the Dory Lance droppable as well. And instead of this guy having the treasure key, I think we're gonna remove that as well. And instead we'll have this dude have the treasure key. 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And I think we've honestly done enough changes for now. So, let's save. And we'll give it another test. Even though we didn't go all that far with the testing. Who knows, maybe the pre-promotes like Largo and Funny Shakespeare Man and Lucia can actually be useful. Oh, they will be. I will balance them. Don't worry. I will find a way to balance them. Yeah, these guys are much weaker now. This dude is a little bit stronger, to say the least. Yeah, and it does work. He is able to use it. So yeah, you get the Dory Lance now. Problem with Dory Lance and Nightward go brrr. I removed the speed bonus growth from the Nightward. I generally removed anything that changes growths by equipping it, because I don't think it's a good mechanic. For the most part. Maybe I'll keep it for some select things, but I generally don't like it. Maybe like something that increases your HP or skill or luck growth a bit. That I would find fine, but I personally, if it's possible, would much prefer a consumable item instead of an equipable one. That increases your growth rate in a single stat a little bit. I think that's generally more interesting than forcing the player, or not forcing, but encouraging the player to trade around an equipable item every time they're just before a level up. It's just tedious. Okay, we have that now. Oh, you can't use a silver axe. You know, I think I even know why. This guy is not promoted. I had this issue before. Let's take a look at the classes again. Fighter. I think it's hard-coded that units cannot get, or unpromoted units cannot get higher than B rank. In other words, I guess we're making this guy a fighter. Let's make him a fighter, a warrior, and we'll just make him level 1. So yeah, I think that will work pretty well. Let me just quickly get my door closed. Oy, there we go. Alright. Yeah, that should work. Silver Axe Fighter can't hold his own weapon. Yeah, it's a bit weird. They go up to the weapon level that they need to wield the weapon, but only up to B rank. Only up to B rank. Even if you increase the fighter's base weapon rank, they still can't wield it. It's very weird, and it will kind of force me to use pre-promoted units a bit earlier, but oh well. Yeah, physic drops. Honestly, these stats are maybe a bit high. How did I look at it? I think I want to reduce this guy's stats. I don't know why they're so high. Let me pull that up on my second monitor. Right, let's check them out. So, we have res, 19 res. That's a bit high, don't you think? we're gonna put that down to, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Wait. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's give him 6 res. Actually, no, let's just reduce it by straight up. Put him in 3 res. We'll put his defense down to 0. I want this to be an enemy that you can just run in and kill pretty easily. But, you know, while he's around, he will heal and he will be able... He's not the threat, his physics staff is the threat, and his physics staff is the thing you want to get. Hold on, that's for his defense. For his defense, we just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do this. We have 0 then. Luck is fine. Speed, I don't think he gets weight down. He does get weight down, okay. Luck, speed. Let's reduce his speed by 2 points as well. Skill, I don't care. Magic. Wait, this is correct. Res, defense, luck, speed, skill, magic. Okay, this is correct. We're gonna do F... I should make like a table that has these numbers written down or something. So I don't have to count every time. But let's do that afterwards. Or after the stream, rather. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have 7 magic. Is physic half? It's half magic. Maybe increase his... Maybe let's keep this magic a little bit higher then. We'll do... Wait, that's like what? I think this is 10. So he'll have 6 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little bit low. Maybe we don't give him the light tome when he just keeps the physic. And we can keep his magic the same. Let's just do that, actually. Then we reduce his speed even further. We'll do FB. Speed, skill, magic, strength, HP. I also want to reduce his HP by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 22 HP is fine. Yeah, and then we remove the lightning. It's not very strong, but... yeah. Or maybe it's fine for him to have the lightning. I mean, you will most likely be able to one-round this guy. In fact, you might be able to one-shot him. Yeah, let's do that. And the other thing I just realized we gotta do is we gotta check the AI of one of the stationary guys here. No move. We gotta get this guy on no move. These guys don't really move anyways until later. Yeah. So that's what we'll do. Let's check the other stuff on the map. Alright, the other guys appear later. Yeah, this is a whole lot better than before. Ike still doesn't quite one-round them, but that's fine. Like, if you help out a bit with Oscar, then you can slowly take these guys down. And you can attempt to maybe block this off a little. Like this. Or you know what could also be really nice for somebody like Ike? A Lance Reaver. These guys' stats seem fine. How much damage do you deal now? Yeah, he's still not super threatening, to be honest. But he's a little bit more threatening. Yeah, he can actually do something. This is no longer an absolute joke. Now, of course, you just crit anyways, so it doesn't quite matter, but... hopefully this should at least change it up a little bit. We'll send you here. Will Ike get access after promo? Yes. Yes, he will. Instead of getting the Ragnell... Or, I guess, for this game, it doesn't quite matter. For this game, it doesn't quite matter, since you get the Ragnell so late anyways, but... in FE10, what I will do is I will let him start with access, and then you get the Ragnell a little bit later. Because I want to encourage the people to actually use Ike with access instead of just Ragnell. So is Mia somewhat usable? Never seen Ike as weak as Mia. She joins you in Chapter 1. I will make her join in the prologue, so you can even get a little bit more XP with her. She will join you at level 1, and she is a little bit better than before. The Slim Swords also have 20 crit now, which maybe isn't super helpful right now, but can, if you level her strength up, be somewhat useful. My attempt is, I think, if you get her earlier and she's kind of force deployed for a couple of chapters, people are much more likely to use her and give her a try, as opposed to if you have to go out of your way to bench somebody else to train her when she's already worse than most of your units and doesn't become much better. I think this Ike is a little bit stat screwed in his strength. The Regal Sword is a bit better now, though, as you can see. It's better than even the Steel Sword. And I can wield it pretty well, because I've increased the stats of all effective weapons. Same with the Poleaxe, you can see 14 damage. Hammer is 15. It still weighs a whole lot, but it can actually do things now. Played a bit with a friend to show him the game, and since we know Mia IRL, we used her. She got strength on almost every level. It was insane. Oh, I've used her in my Ironmans as well. I've brought her to end game, and she was actually useful throughout most of the game, but she does need stronger weapon. It helps there's a lot of bandits for Mia to eat early on. Yeah, exactly. Same with Rolf. You get him earlier, so, you know, it's no longer a question of, oh, haha, funny meme unit. It's now a question of, okay, this dude is, you know, could be better, but there's worse. And I just realized this guy needs the no move AI as well. Let's quickly change that. No move. Oh, we need a different attack thing. I think bottom has that. No move attack, yeah, that's what we need. No move attack. No move attack, there we go. Can you give Swordmasters, Halberdiers, and Berserkers crit boost? This is based on the European version, so they already have it. And I specifically picked the European version for stuff like that, because I'm not sure if that even, like, if the skills for giving you extra crit are even a thing in the Japanese version. And the EU version is the furthest advanced, like, has the least bugs, has the most content, has the most features coded in. So yes, they will have crit bonus. Halberdiers, I'm not 100% sure, but probably as well. But yeah. If you have music recommendations, by the way, you can shoot them out at me. Okay, we changed that. Yes, and you will get Alincia as a playable. She's just a healer for now. All healers also get Paragon on tier 1. So, you know, I think it works with healing, right? No, it doesn't. Well, I guess this is kind of useless. That's sad. Maybe I can find a way to have Paragon effect healing as well. Crit Rise skill, maybe. But I'm using the EU version anyways now. I love Golden Sun music personally, great soundtracks there. I don't particularly like Golden Sun if I'm being honest, but the soundtracks are okay. Silent Guardian from Hyrule Warrior. Just keep in mind it has to be no vocals, and it has to be not copyrighted. Let's put on Horong. I want to listen to this for a bit. There we go. I'll try that out. I'll put that in the list, I guess. Ape Escape OST goated. I'll believe you. I don't know why, but you know, there used to be a button on the bottom right for YouTube where you could put on the mini player, where it's on the, like the bottom right of your screen. They put that onto a right click for some reason. What was it? Hold on. It was Silent Guardian from Hyrule Warrior. Silent Guardian Hyrule Warriors. Oh, it's 2. Oh, I've already played that one before. Interesting. In die Wiedergabeliste. Extended version. And the other one was... Do you have a specific song from Ape Escape? Tekken Tag 1 is Go to 2, played it a few months ago for nostalgia. Bro, it was my childhood game. I loved that game so much. Tekken Tag 2 as well. They were so good. Okay, we've changed a couple new things. Let's save. Save complete. And load the game up again. And let me blow my nose real quick. And my nose is still running, even if I'm not super sick anymore. In any case, I see your shower patch is a pretty big project revamping the whole game. Yes, Paterino always tells me, oh, it's not a rebalance. Rebalances are simple, this is not simple. And I'm like, yeah, but what else do you want to call it? A revamp, a reimagine. I don't know. Honestly, those things all kind of sound the same to me. I'm just gonna keep it rebalance, I think. Because the issue is with, like, it started out as an FE10 project, but I want to do FE9 first, obviously, now. And for FE10, you can't really rebalance the game without changing it a lot, because the game is so unbalanced. Okay, this guy will be scary. In fact, I may just want to reduce his defensive stats a little bit and his speed. He doesn't even get weight down. Let's make sure this dude is not OP. That guy is scary. Yeah, let's move. I hate the fact that it always changes the window size when I restart the game. I wish it didn't do that. And I have to put always on top on. It's so nice for Linux to have that feature with always on top. You can just right-click any window and click always on top, and if I click around outside the window, this one will not go over it. Let's select that guy. It's a little bit quiet. I think it's at the... yeah, it's at the end there. Let me put those on. Silent Guardian. There we go. We're in FE9 renovates. Can we have Black Knight recruitable? No. Chat disconnected? Excuse me? Successfully reconnected. Okay. I guess. So, what we're gonna do is, I want this guy to have no res, so we'll do F0. I want this guy to have a lot less defense. I think that's, what, 5 points? Hold on, let me count. 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, 5 point. This is 5 points. Counterbalance to having early promoted enemies is that your units will have more EXP, which I'm fine with, honestly. I kind of... Here's the issue. I kind of have to make this guy promoted, because otherwise he can't use the Silver Axe, and I want him to be able to use the Silver Axe. Let's reduce his speed a bit as well. I want this guy to hit hard, but I don't want him to necessarily double. FA, 6 points. Can we make Black Knight a green unit during his available chapters? No. You can take a look at my vision in the game dev server in the description. But I want to do things that make sense. And the Black Knight will have a different different position, different sort of... He will be more like a mentor, more like how it was said that he was in FE10, where he's like, oh, I was actually your mentor, and Ika's like, oh yeah, you may have killed my father, but you were actually kind of like my mentor, so you're cool, I guess. You know, even though in FE9 he was nothing like that. I want to change that. He's going to be more like a mentor, and he is going to attempt to groom Ike into becoming the best, strongest warrior, so that he can finally get his duel with Grile, essentially. My chat constantly says disconnected, reconnected. I don't know why. That's weird. I hope everything still works on your end, guys. But yeah, we changed this guy's speed and everything. I think his skill can stay the same. 31 attack is, like, that's supposed to be scary. Speed, skill, magic, strength, HP. I think we need to reduce his HP as well, just a little bit. Let's do FA, just 6 less points, you know, 36 HP. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I guess we can just play it a bit further. Let's do this. I'll do that. Can I can't kill these guys with the Regals, but I think if he just got a little bit more lucky with his strength levels, he would be able to. But in this case, he can't. Magic. Still not leveling strength, I guess. Oh well. And I think if I just gave Oscar the short lance, he would be able to kill here reliably as well. And if you do it this way, no, I think she can... Oh, what you can do then is you can shove here, and then Mia can... Or Alia, you know, Mist can't be attacked, while Soren can. I still don't know why she has minus 10 capacity. It's really sad that Paragon doesn't work for healing, man. How close are you to doubling that guy? 11 speed. Aw, literally 1 speed short. How sad. Can even fish for a crit here. Okay, no crit. But you just have a couple more units to play around. And units like Rolf are actually kind of nice to have now. Like, I didn't... Okay, I did train him a good amount, actually, now that I look at his level. He's around the same level as the others. Let's see. Yeah, it only gives her 11 HP, XP. That's kind of sad. I think healing is fixed. Oh, he moves down there. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Maybe what we gotta do is... we put him on no move as well. No move. And we can then later change his AI with an event. Let's put him, like, in this room. Maybe that works, actually. We put him in this room. As long as you aren't unlucky with your level ups, Rolf can be pretty serviceable. Yes, but the issue is... he starts out weaker than the rest, and he becomes later. Rolf is actually not that bad, if you do train him. but you have to attack range move. Wait, did I set something wrong? Oh, right. You're right. No move attack. Well, actually, this just means he won't run after you. He will stand here unless somebody is in his range. If somebody is in his range, then he will attack. And I am fine with that. So yeah, this should be alright. In fact, maybe we place him right here. Yeah. Let's place him right here. On second field. Is that how it works? Attack range move? They will only move towards their attack range? I think this one is fine though, because this guy had no move but all attack earlier, and he did move to attack. So I think this should work. Out of curiosity, how well do you guys do? Okay, he's unchanged for now. Yeah, I think balancing him to be a bit weaker is probably not a bad idea. This should be a problem even for like Titania. First field is for who they attack. Second is how they move. Well, we'll try it out because I'm pretty sure how I said it already works. Let me just save and we'll start that up again. Man. I just realized it took Titania away. Yes, she joins with Gatry and the others now. Even no movers will move once attacked for some reason. I see. Let's see how strong he is now. Yeah, that should be a lot more manageable. Hello, Donald. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. I have a little bit of time for a little bit of hacking, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I think stat variance means that he's pretty difficult to double with your units if you're not super fast. In fact, I may just place him a tile closer and give him a regular axe. I think that would probably make the flow a little bit better. Let's do that. We'll put him here and we'll give him a... let's give him a steel axe, I guess. Yeah. Or you know what? Maybe this is fine. But some players will probably have some deaths or will not want to do this with Mia because it could kill her, technically. Same with Rolf. So, yeah. I will move him a bit closer. I'm fine with him moving once he's attacked. That's actually perfect, honestly. Yeah, if you do it exactly like this... Rolf is weirdly tanky. Yeah, he is. I don't know. He just is. I mean, I think I reduced it a little bit. And I also made him like a very skillful character. Shove. Oh, actually, he can... No, he can't attack mist. Interesting. This counts as a full wall, despite having, like, look-through things. That's weird. Yeah, we'll just let him wait. Oh, so these guys don't move, but these guys do. I gotta change that. Yeah, they should be set to the nearest unit move. the wrong AI in there. Do I want to give them heal AI? I don't think I want these guys to have heal AI, actually. These guys are fine. They have a lot of move. But there's a physic guy here anyway, so he should be able to heal them relatively well. How much range does he have, just out of curiosity? Yes, 13, so that's 7 range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah. Maybe I move him 1 closer. And then give him a tiny bit more magic. Just 1 more point, so he should have always 14, which means 8. That effectively gives him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he's 1 closer. So he can heal these 2 tiles. Which I'm fine with. I think that's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah. Let's save and try that again. So trade these around a bit. Short speed to boss car. Oh. Okay. Yeah, chat said disconnected again. I think YouTube is just becoming worse. It's just becoming worse. Oh, I still barely can't kill? Ah, that's a bit unfortunate. Oh well. I reworked Oscar a bit, so he is just a good amount more tanky, but he's a little bit worse offensively. Or not a good amount. He's actually not all that much more tanky, like growth-wise, but he's a bit more offensive. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Let's give this guy 2 more strength. Yeah. With 2 more strength, he should be able to wield his weapon much better. Okay, so that's 8 then. Is it 8? Hold on. Res, defense, luck. Luck and then skill, right? Speed. Okay. Res, defense, luck, speed, skill, magic, attack. Okay, so it's actually this. So we do C. Yeah, this is HP. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. I really hope there's an update which clarifies these a little bit more. I think I asked for it before, but oh well. It's fine for now. We'll just keep going. Well, because in essence, the same thing still applies. You should be able to kill this guy in 1 turn. By using all 3 of your units here. Or maybe even just 2, depending on how they've leveled. Nice. Yeah, good. And in this case, we can even have Boyd take the first hit right there. Oh. Oh. Boyd too strong. Yeah, their strength is not... You know, I think I should probably just give them the same strength as that guy. Because if they're weighed down, they're kind of pushovers, and Mia should still be able to double them either way, and she should always be able to only take 2 hits from these guys, pretty much regardless how her levels have been going. So that is what we'll do. Alright. 5th stat, okay. So we'll just do 5 points here, and 5 points here. Because, like, this Boyd is pretty good on speed, but even if he isn't, like, Boyd should not be able to double these guys. If Boyd is able to start doubling these guys, he will just completely sweep. Which, it's fine if he does eventually, but he shouldn't do, like, incredibly fast. Yeah, wow, okay. And again, I'm fine with these guys being doubled, but I think I should increase their bulk a little bit. Res, defense, let's give him 3 more defense. Let's give this guy 3 more defense as well. These dudes are supposed to be tough. I don't want you to just be able to hand axe them. Yeah, okay. She can still do nothing. I think you get an Armor Slayer here, though. And I was considering giving her one before this. Nice. Walk. You can't quite kill anybody here, but we can just heal him up here. I think most of the general flow of the chapter is there now. Nice. For speed. Boy, it's so good. He does have heal AI. But he can only reach up till here, I'm pretty sure. As much as his attack range is. Let me get an adept. No. Okay. Let's shove Mia. Then she can kill this guy. Void grabs the chest. Yeah, that's where you get the Armor Slayer, but of course I did an oopsie. Let's see if you don't get the poleaxe, how this goes. Yeah, we can do this. She should survive a singular hit. This one's a banger. Is chat bugging out again? It said successfully reconnected. I guess just nobody wrote anything. Okay. YouTube chat seems a bit weird today. It's not reloading. If Treen comes back. And now he's in range. And you get all your boys back here. Among them, Soap. With his stiletto. Yeah, this guy's pretty... It's not very tanky, but... If he hits hard. Let's see if we can't... I can't do that. We'll have to use Satania here. Oh, chest key. Well, I'm not using the stat boosters anyways. I think he's able to kill here. Yeah. Shinon now has a bronze bow, so he doesn't crit everything. Still hasn't reloaded the chat. Is it just bugged now? Okay. Maybe you're the weird one, Dono. True. Out of context question, but do you have any pets? I used to stream wait. Is the stream still up? Is the stream still up? Try again. Bronze bow is nice. Okay, it is still up. Super weird. YouTube is just completely dying right now. The chat on my OBS overlay is just not loading. Can I refresh that? Okay, now it works. Stream is up, we just don't say much. No, because I was getting a error message on YouTube Studio, and I was getting an error message inside OBS, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, he has the bronze bow now. Works exactly like in Radiant Dawn. Very cheap. Not very powerful. In fact, maybe I should make it a little bit less powerful. Like maybe 5 might or something. But I guess bows are generally stronger, so it's fine. So yeah, Shinon is much more controllable. He doesn't just kill everything now. And Soph being here is actually kinda nice. And I think I also gave him Paragon. No, not Paragon, but he doesn't have Blossom anymore. I don't particularly like Blossom. I feel like it just makes him so much worse. So we're gonna try this. Let's see how that works. Yeah, now it's starting to become a bit scary. Low for these! Can Soph promote? Yes. I haven't quite decided if I want to be able to have him promote into a assassin or a rogue. I think I'll just make him a rogue. And then you also get Heather a bit later, or you get her around the time when you get Volk. But you will get you will get Volk himself later, and I think as a pre-promote. At least that's what I'm considering right now. Oh boy. Let's try to get a crit. Nice. Let's heal up and then we move in. Try to fight our way through here. Getting some lucky attacks in. Oh, it changed their AI. That's why there's so many armors. Yeah, I gotta check the script for that. These guys should not have their AI changed. Scripts. It's right here, yeah. As you see, I did make some slight notes here. I'm trying to do this every time now because it does help a bit. Opening. Chief cancelled. I think this is the ending cutscene. It's a Mia event, that's Shinon talk. Boss convo. It's the route condition. Oh no, this post-map cutscene. Let's see, did I make any more of these? Cutscene. Battle map gets loaded. Okay, so it should be in here then. Let me tone that down just a bit. Unit get by PID. I gotta wait for the event where Petrine arrives. Yeah, it's this one, I'm pretty sure. Where is the AI change here? Did Riz come in with Gatry and Shinon? Yes. Since I made I keep calling her Mia, Mist playable earlier, and since I made Elintia playable as a early game healer, you now have 3. Riz went on to go with Shinon, Gatry, and in this time Titania and Soap. It's not just these 2 and Gryle. It's your strongest units and Soap, who's also part of the Gryle Mercs now. They all come with Gryle. And, you know, Soap makes sense because they're trying to infiltrate something, so it would be smart to bring a Thief. Riz is their one healer because the other healers are, like, not as expendable, or not as important. You know, it's Mist and Erintia. And then you have these 2. And Titania is obviously a strong unit, but I kind of wanted to take her away from the player for a little bit. Make the chapter in between a little bit scarier. Because you can't... Or I guess that was just the idea. So, yeah. That's how it is now. Hold on a minute. We wanted to check the script. It should be a sequence, right? S-E-Q. Here. Unit get by position 15, 14. I think that's what it is. Oh no, 514, 615, and 516, yeah. This thing in the script changes their AI. I will just comment that out. What will happen to the Gryle only chapter? So it's an idea I want to do, but it's an idea I want to do right. And it's an idea I will potentially do. Not 100%. Not 100%. I'm not 100% on it. The idea is, later on, after I am mostly done with the game, I will add an extra chapter where you are able, as a like bonus chapter, you're able to fight Petrine with Gryle. It will be like an actual boss fight that will prepare you for the boss fight of Ike versus the Black Knight. But I want to not have it be like a proc fest. I want to have it be an actual boss fight. And it will be optional. You can just skip it if you don't want to see it. Or either it will be optional or it will not be a game over condition. If you technically lose, it will just go on. You will maybe just not get like a slight reward. I'm still not sure what I want to make the reward because I don't want to say... I don't want to make it too strong. So I'm thinking what I may want to do is... let's actually keep you right here. What I may want to do is make it like a little bit of bonus EXP or maybe something like, I don't know, maybe a small reward, maybe a stat booster you get for beating her or something. Something small, but something that's still nice to get for going through the trouble of it. Okay, I thought they'd do a little bit more damage, but I guess my Ike is pretty tanky. Yeah, of course now this destroys the balance a little bit. Oh, he does attack. Okay, he shouldn't attack. He should not attack. Oh yeah, he's also set to all move attack. Okay. Set him to no move attack. Bear heal, I think, means he will charge to heal. He will move to heal. Which does make sense, I guess. Or does it? Does it actually make sense? No, it doesn't make sense, does it? AT, if you're in ATM, if you're in chat, do you know the sequence, the AI for healing but stationary? Because that's what I want to give that guy. Oh yeah, we also need to change this guy. because Soren is now a pure wind mage. So the fire tome is just useless to you. We definitely gotta change that. Magic. Here. No, wait, that's not the droppable one. Where's the droppable one? That's the droppable one. We want to change that to maybe an Elwind tome? How many uses does Soren even have left of his tome? Oh, 3. Okay. Let's check how strong an Elwind is. I still wouldn't mind giving him a slightly stronger tome. Maybe that'll make him feel a little bit stronger. Okay, yeah, I closed items down. Oh, where is it? Elwind. It's only 2 stronger. It does have more weight though. And Soren has like no strength, so I think we'll just make it a wind. We'll just make it a droppable wind. These guys are technically wizards. The way I've done it is that there's wizards which can wield all magic types, but they don't get staves. Or rather, wizard is what... So how it works normally is your characters are a special type of mage who can use all 3 magic types, an anima mage you could say. While the enemies are just wind mages or fire mages, and they can only use 1 weapon type. I think just for ease of use, I will probably make most enemies anima mages. But the idea is when you promote your mages, instead of choosing between staff and knife, you always get knives, no matter what you choose. But the choice will be between, do you want to get the other 2 anima types, or do you want to get a staff? I still think in most cases people will just pick the staff, because staff usage is so nice. But there will be a couple new tomes which are actually quite nice to get. And you will get more healers overall. So... It will hopefully be a little bit more of a choice. Knives, let's go. Yes. And as you can see, knives are no longer complete shit. Like, Stiletto Soap... Okay, he only does 5 damage, but this guy has 18 defense. Like, he does comparable damage to Titania, to this guy. That's pretty busted. Yeah, let's kill this guy with Shinon. Okay, that's a steel sword. Let's kill this guy with Titania, actually. Yeah, she can kill him. Because I want to see... This is the armor slave. Yeah, see? This guy normally does like 5 damage to Gatry. And he still doesn't double him, I guess. Maybe I should make him a little bit stronger. But he does actual damage to Gatry now. It's of course not super high. But like, if Gatry is hit by the warrior and by, I guess 2 of these, maybe if they roll up, he can just die. I kind of like that. It'd be really cool if during the fight Gryl is haunted by ghosts of Elena that spawn and bloody block the train. Or toward the end, if he gets down to low HP, she shows up with a single-use recover staff. I kind of like that idea. I probably want to do something similar to it, but I feel like it would kind of take out the magic a little bit if you actually see her. Or it would feel a bit too gamey. I do want to do something similar where I think he should still probably do the duel by himself, because anything else would give you the ability to train your units, and it kind of goes against the idea of the whole chapter, because they would get XP. But we could have something where he needs to defeat some lackeys to weaken her or something like that. I'm not sure. But again, the whole Gryl fight is supposed to be an extra thing that I will do after I'm done with most of the rest. So, that being said, I think, yeah, these guys are still not tanky enough, because I didn't change them yet. Let's see, I think it's these guys who arrive, yeah. We're gonna change these guys' level just a little bit. Are we? Yeah, 12. 13. 12. And where's the sorters? Steel sword. So that's one of them. That's a thief. That's those guys. Where's the other mercenary? Oh, other right here. Let's increase your level to 12 as well, and see if that is enough. If not, we can increase their stats a little bit. But yeah, I want to have some kind of gimmick for the fight, and I want to have it be an optional fight so that if people don't want to do it, they can just skip it. Yeah, okay. Let's level up this guy as well. I'm considering if I maybe just want to make one of these guys be promoted. Okay guys, hear me out. Hear me out. We make this guy a sword master. Make him level 1. And instead of a steel sword, we give him a slim sword. I think they're just called slim swords, right? Yeah, slim sword. These are pretty weak, but they have extra crits, so it's like a mini killing edge. This guy still shouldn't do all that much damage towards like your tankier units, but if you have somebody like Soph or Riss in range, he should probably hit them pretty hard. Actually, maybe we'll just have him keep the steel sword? I don't think his damage output is actually that high. Let's just try this out for now. And then this dude, I think it would be pretty cool if he is a general. We'll still keep the hand spear, I think. Yeah. Yep. Do that, we'll do that. Right, there's these two guys as well, which I do think I need to make a bit stronger. I kinda like the idea that on the right side you have a bunch of axe users, so I think I may just make these guys axe users again. Just have some more axe users. These will be pretty nice for Mia to get some EXP, or if you send Ike towards the top, then Ike can kill them pretty well. It's probably not a bad idea. And Balmer, I think we'll make him a little bit higher level. He also has a physics staff, and he has charisma, I guess. Did I already change him? It says he has charisma, but I'm not quite sure what that even is, if I'm being honest. He has an elf fire and a physic. I'm not sure if I changed him. I think these might just be his vanilla stats. Okay, but I think we're far enough where we can do another restart. Oh. Video stopped. Continue. Yes. I hate the fact that YouTube does this now. When you listen to music, after a while it will just tell you, hey, I've stopped the video for you. Do you want to continue? I'm like, yeah, I'm playing music. Of course I want it to continue. So stupid. Yeah. Okay, did I already save it? I did now. Let's try that again. That's annoying. It do be like that, Mr. Lot. It do be like that, Mr. Stancil. Boss car. It do be like that, Mr. Stancil. Alright. Hopefully they should have the correct AIs now. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, 20 defense now. Yeah, these guys are a bit stronger. These guys are the same, other than the more strength. It's exactly how I want it to be. Enemies that are actually powerful in this game, no less. Oh, nice. Loafabo. But Mia will still take a hit from them. So we'll try to do something like this. We can use the hammer next turn. Keep this strategy. Oh, that's just a kill with Adept. Nice. I think there's a little bit of stat variance. Wait, these guys are level 4. I guess they are. That's fine, though. With this, we can even move a bit forward. The worst part is when you're taking shower and YouTube pauses music. That's why I usually download them. If I... Like, I used to listen to music in the shower as well. I don't anymore. But I used to do it. And I would just download my music. Because the nice thing of listening to music in the shower is that if you listen to the song many times, you know how long it is. Like, if you know, okay, the song is 2 minutes and 42 seconds, you know, after the song ends, you've been in the shower for 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So it can be nice for planning your timings. It do be like that, Mr. Stancil. Didn't want to confirm that, but... yeah. Yeah, I think we'll do this. I think Oscar should be fine. Miss can take a hit. Yeah. See, so with an iron axe or with a hand axe, this dude is pretty damn tough. The only real way to beat this guy fast is by doing it with the hammer or pulling in a mage or something like that. Successfully connected. Okay, I don't think... no, she can't shove. I think we'll take the chest key with her. I'll move you away a bit. Like that. Oh wait, I think 2 can attack her now. The worst thing about listening to music on YouTube is when a loud ad shakes your speakers mid-song. True. Okay, yeah, there's Patrine. Okay, here's the Swordmaster. Yeah, he destroys somebody like so. But I think Gatry... yeah, Gatry doesn't particularly care. Unless he gets like double crit, then I think... okay, Titania... okay, as long as she doesn't use the Tiamat axe, which, keep in mind, is very strong but very heavy. Even with like a steel axe, she still takes a crit. Which is fine by me. And I think Shinon also... wait, Shinon gets doubled? No, Shinon does not get doubled. Maybe I reduce this guy's speed by just a singular point. Just to prevent Shinon from being doubled. Or let's do 2. That's res, defense, luck, speed. So we'll do FE. So you can still double most of your units, but just not everybody. Yeah, this guy is just a little bit higher level. Okay, believe it or not, this guy is actually weaker than the other guys here, so I think I should improve him a bit. Res, defense, let's just give him 4 more defense. I also gotta blow my nose again. Okay. Tenya worships Tiamat now. She must die. All the units have their Japanese names, so in Japan, Titania is called Tiamat. Which is pretty cool. I think I will just swap this one out for a Great Axe. But I can't do that mid-save, so... Okay, testing this out a little bit more. Tenya actually needs the steel axe to kill that guy, interestingly enough. And it does seem, I'm pretty sure what determines if these guys on the top arrive is how many enemies you've killed. So there is that. This. Right, let's try this. Okay, that's nice. Wait, did he just proc Adept twice? Damn. It do be like that, Mr. Soren. Okay, you don't kill, and I don't think you do kill. I think I'm just gonna keep him there, though. Yeah. We just gotta ignore that guy. So we will kill this guy with the short lance. We'll heal Oscar. And we will, I think... Yeah, Ike's relatively tanky. But probably not if he eats a mage. So we'll just heal him up here as well. Mia still hasn't been hit, nicely enough. Oh my god! Crit machine roll! She gets the armor slayer. We can even lure both of these guys in. The hammer. Yeah, he goes for Ike. Might be a bit scary for Ike. Hammer good. Hammer actually good. Boyd actually good. Why's the music stopping? I am offline. Yeah, that's another thing I've noticed with YouTube. Sometimes it just puts you offline. Oh. Oops. Oops. Okay, I can do like maybe half an hour longer and then I gotta go. Maybe even a bit longer, but I wanna take a shower after this for the D&D game and then eat something. But honestly, I am pretty happy with how the chapter plays right now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it plays. If anything, what I may want to do is I just want to reduce these guys' defense by like 2 points. Oh, scroll down. FE. 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 This guy's fine. Can be a bit stronger. Okay. One-shotting armor knights with the hammer feels good. Yes, yes, it does. I think I'll put this guy here as well. I don't think he really does anything for you here. Because that way, it's more difficult to block this off. Other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with the chapter. So I think what we will do is... I don't want to start the next chapter just now. Either we take another look at like all the characters and maybe reduce the defense growths a little bit across the board. I honestly don't think that's a bad idea. For somebody like Ike, let's do 30. Res is fine because his base res is shit. Or maybe we do 55 strength. Same with Titania. I just want to reduce the bulk across the board a little bit. HP's probably fine, I think. 15. Put this to 40. 50 speed, let's also do 40. Void will do 20. We'll do 25. I think you made Sorn have 50. Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you for catching that. That would have been something. Did Oof put the music on? No, I just have it in my playlist because it's good. Like, you can say about the Rance games what you want, but their musics are absolute bangers. Just decrease this a little bit across the board. I don't think I fully fiddled around with this all too much. 25% defense growth on him. That's pretty crazy, actually. So let's give it 30. Zehark. Honestly, 30 is fine on Zehark because I wanted to make him a mercenary. 5. I will probably make Sigrun playable as well. And I will probably reduce Tanef's level a bit, but we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, Makalov I don't think I have changed yet. 125, 70 in speed. Heck. Let's do 50, but 65. Or maybe just 60. It's supposed to be the more offensive one. Stefan. 25. Ileana. We'll keep 15 for her, actually. I think that's fine. Khalil. 25. Largo 15. Dragon Attack got half of the budget, big W. 10. Woke. He's woke! 15. Still has 35. That's actually not bad. You know what? His base defense is so bad. I think I'll just keep that. He is actually rather tanky in FE10 after all. Mia, I'll keep the 20 as well. That's fine by me. Heather. 10. Haven't looked at Heather much. Ina. I don't think that matters. Jill. 25. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the devil effect in FE9? If so, can we have some devil weapons for the lols? The devil axe is in the game's code, but the devil effect is not. It just works like a regular axe. You plan on inversing the Black Knight fight results? Ina equals win, Nazir equals lose? No, I mean, you can take a look at what I've written down, but so far what I've been doing is, or what I will do, is, if you do not defeat the Black Knight as Ike, he will join Ashnard in the final chapter and you'll have to fight him. I'm not quite sure how I'll determine if you get Anna or Nazir. Maybe I'll just make you choose and make them a bit more different. Or maybe instead of getting Anna, you can get either Gareth or Nazir or something. I'm not sure. I'll figure something out when I get there. Let's see here. Let's do 50. I was also considering making Mufasa playable for the final chapters. Left 30. Morty. Morty, I want tanky. I'm actually gonna increase this. 35 is fine. Okay. I like the idea of getting Ina if you win and Nazir if you lose in the world, but you have to fight him again if you lost. I might. Actually, at my PC for a change, it has been a while. Yeah, busy man. But you know, it's worth it. Oh, and the data, of course. He actually does have a custom AID already. That's pretty nice. He's level 18. Has he always been level 18? I don't think he has. I don't think I've changed his stats at all yet. I'm not quite sure what build we'll have, but we'll worry about that next stream. Okay, I think we did all the like smaller changes I wanted to the bulk of the units. I probably should take another look at it some other time, but for now I'm fine with this. So I would say let's do another save. Oh. Let's do another save, and then we will try out the map once more. And just beat it so I could continue on to the next one, because I'm relatively happy with where it is right now. Short speed, Oscar. There we go. So yeah, if you get an adept, you can kill here. Otherwise, you'll just have to keep him alive. You can technically still go in one direction, but then you don't really get the physic. And I think maybe I shouldn't have... Maybe I shouldn't make this a route. Maybe I should just make this kill boss. Because making this a route just means you always get the physic step anyways. I want the player to have to choose between getting the physic step or not. And then after some time we'll make this guy leave. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Wahoo! Okay, that didn't quite work. Let's maybe not attack there. Sorry, I'm late. No worries. It was very spontaneous. I can't stream all too long. We'll maybe do like 15 to 30 more minutes at most, because I have D&D afterwards. And my belly is grumbling. It wants food. Boss car level. There we go. Yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with how this map is going. Are you DMing or playing for D&D? I'm playing. Today we're playing a custom campaign, but on Thursday we play Curse of Strahd. Both are pretty fun. Mentioned it before, but I'm playing a Death Knight, akin to like Warcraft 3, for okay, Rolf can be hit, whatever. For the custom one today, and then on Thursday I'm playing a Vampiric Ranger who hates vampires, called Ilya Tukachev, in Curse of Strahd. And my Death Knight... Wait, what? No damage? I think I messed something up, guys. I think I messed something up there. Excuse me? You should not have capped defense, buddy. Oh shit, I gotta restart it now. Oh, I think it underflowed. Oh, no. It didn't underflow. I just put it in wrong. I put F and then E. It should be FE and then this one should be 0. Okay. So we gotta restart that again. Put her a little closer as well. Yeah, okay, guess we gotta restart. There we go. Oh, I gotta restart again. But I'm happy. I pretty much got the chapter mostly where I want it to be at. Not fully yet. Hello, Alotodon. How's the patch going? Going alright. I'm mostly done with this chapter now, where I want to have it. So, all that is left now is to actually get a finished save of it. And then I can work on the next one. There's still a couple of things I want to change, like, for now, I've just made this physic guy just start with a physic. What I want to do afterwards, actually, is want to place a chest here, and he will run to the chest and open it, and then get the physic as a droppable. And then we'll run to here, and we'll physic units in this range. So you have an incentive to try to defeat him, and an incentive to actually go in this direction to get the physic staff. And I will make this a kill boss mission instead. Which will be more fun, I think. Enemies opening chests and using things they find, I like it. Yeah, it's an idea I got back when I worked on the FE10 version of the shower patch. And I actually was able to do it, but it's a little bit finicky. Or can be a little bit finicky. But yeah. And I'm considering if I maybe want to have like stronger reinforcements appear from down below after a while, and Soren goes like, oh, I think stronger reinforcements will arrive soon. We should hurry and defeat their commander. Or something like that. But for now, this is fine. heal. And a bonk. More res, phenomenal. Oh, P-Quick Saga, let's go. Katrine arrives. And you get right in here. Chest key. I always thought this map needed more units. Watching this kind of confirms my thoughts on that. Pretty much most of the early maps just need more units. Maybe not quite as many as I put in, but generally it just does need more units. Is Titania changed in any way in this shower patch? So for the most part not. I did reduce everybody's bulk a little bit, so or like their growths rather. Your units are not going to be as tanky across the board, but so are the enemies. Because like bullet sponge enemies are not super fun. She does come with the Tiamat axe. I just made this like on a whim. By now I have great axes, or I call them great axes, I think. I don't remember what exactly they're called, but which are incredibly heavy. As you can see, this weighs her down by 10, so she can't really double with it. But she can prepare some kills with it. Other than that, she's pretty much the same. One thing I was considering, that I haven't quite decided yet, or rather, I think I have decided, I will make Paladins and Cavaliers only have one weapon. Because the game is so dominated by them that, like, even if they only have one weapon, and even if they're not quite as strong in raw stats, I think they'll still be very good with Super Canto and everything. So I will probably just take the Lance rank away from her. I think barely anyone ever uses it on her anyways. But it will just mean that they at least don't have constant control of the weapon triangle. And for somebody like Makalov, he will be still usable, and I was thinking of allowing him to get Astra eventually. Which would be pretty cool, I think. Rip triangle attack, bros. Oh, true. Well, I did plan on adding crossbows. Maybe you can just, you know, put a crossbow on him or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Maybe you can just do it with a 2-range attack and you don't need a bow for it. Create an X called the Mediocre X that is a B tier in every possible way. What an idea. Okay. Can you kill him? If it works, it works. Let's try that out. Poleaxe. What do you think of adding a Zanbato type weapon? I think that's a good idea. And if I haven't done it already, I probably will do it soon. Okay, I think what we gotta do here is we gotta kill this dude. Then... oh, you can't even kill this guy, can you? Oh boy. How much damage did you do? 11? Okay, Soirin is fine. Horse killer weapon? PH mentioned? So true. Nice. Yeah, that guy does 4 damage. Oh, nice. You face a Swordmaster here. But as you can see, Gatry does pretty well. Most of your tankier units do pretty well, but this guy will completely destroy Riz and even Sylph. I think even Shinon barely... no, he barely doesn't take a hit, actually. Or a crit, rather. But honestly, that's fine with me. As a child, I yearned for the glue factory. You yearned correctly. See if we can maybe get a crit. Nice. And stuff like the Armor Slayer guy. Actually kinda scary now, isn't he? In this case, he'll be just fine. I'm not sold on the weird-ass names. Makes the hack seem like someone tried to use Google Translate, but I like everything else. It's just for variety. I'm gonna keep it because I think it's just something different. I think you got used to him pretty quickly once you actually see them in action. Now we're gonna do this. Actually, do you just one-shot him? No, you don't. Armor Slayer guy kinda sus. Yeah, the Armor Slayer is a lot better now. Most things have had their weight reduced at least a little bit. I feel like the effective weapons, their might increased and their hit increased a bit. They're just overall better weapons. Normally in vanilla, if you can ever choose between using a silver weapon to attack and an effective weapon, even if the effective weapon does effective damage, the silver weapon is still usually stronger. So with this, these are good but heavy weapons, and yeah. But like, if they're it's still only ×2, but in my experience, it's actually kind of alright, and the weapons are not complete dogshit anymore. Ward, my favorite Berwick character, holy shit. Peek. Oh god, okay, this guy's actually kind of scary. I think, oh, I was gonna say Soren is probably fine, but if I heal him, but I think he might not be. He's already hurt. I was kind of banking on this guy dying. I guess if the mage attacks first, I'm fine. I really should get around to playing Berwick at some point. It seems like a solid game, but I always question post-FE Kaga. Well, you're questioning it for the wrong reasons, because it's a phenomenal game and you should play it. It's better than... It has become my favorite FE game, if you want to count it among FE. Even overdoing Shadow Dragon. Still not a fan of the effective weapons being good might, but I get it due to 2x. I'd pump down the uses even more and give a few more throughout the game. Means you don't want to enemy face with them since they're just baseline so good. Well, I think I may have overdone it a bit with the Armor Slayer in weight. But stuff like the hammer and the pole axe, I think I may have even increased the weight. Okay, that's good. Like, the hammer has 20 weight and the hit is still not super good. You can eventually use them, but the hit is not super good. I guess maybe I just made the hit on the Armor Slayer a bit too high and the weight reduction a bit too much. You know what, let me maybe do that right now. I do kind of like the idea of reducing their uses even more. When you get to RD much later, are you going to change the Black Knight fight to not make it a hammer fight? Probably, if I'll even keep it in at all. Let's increase the hit rate of this to 35, and let's increase the weight to 14. What I sort of dislike about weight being so high is that it makes effective weapons worse earlier on, but better later, and it's early game where you need them the most. That's kinda true, I guess. But if I don't give them more weight, I think they will just be worse. I guess one thing I could do is I could give them, like, have them make you minus defense, or have them give you a speed debuff. Like, I can make it so that whenever you wield, like, an Armor Slayer, it gives you -2 speed. I could do 3 times effective, but I actually kind of like how it plays with the damage outputs of 2 times but stronger weapons. I could just have them give you -2 speed whenever you use them. Because then it's always a small downgrade, or I could even do like -4, I guess. I think I know how to do 3x. Well, I don't know how to do it, but I can probably figure it out, but it would include like a lot of going through it with Ghidra, testing stuff. It would be a bit of work to get it going and to find out where it is. I think for now I'll just like make the stats a little bit worse. Even the randomizer doesn't. Well, yeah, but will show us. You'd probably just have to find it somewhere, but I don't particularly care enough to find it. I have other things to worry about. Just cut everybody's hit rates to 10% to simulate the FE6 experience. Very based, but no. But honestly, I'm gonna sleep over this idea, but I think just giving the effective weapons a straight up speed reduction, but decreasing their weight might be the way to go, because then it kind of fixes the issue you talked about, Manx, where they feel weaker in early game, but stronger in late game, despite in early game they need to be the strongest. Because then you can wield them relatively fast without a speed debuff, but even in the late game you still get the speed debuff. That's the only thing I can really think of. Or alternatively, if you don't want to enemy face with them, I can also give them a defense debuff or something. That could also work. Path of Radiance 3x would be so huge, I think every game that did 2x messed up. Effective weapons should be effective. Yeah, I mean, generally agreed, but I think I've increased the stats of all the 2x weapons a little bit, and with that I feel like they feel just right, personally. So I don't really want to change them there, but we'll see. Wow, 0 damage. Patient on. Let's use you to heal. Okay, this dude is so slow that she can still double with that. That's crazy. I don't know, I changed effective weapons to give a strength penalty, taking 3x into account. A 16 might hammer has a -8 penalty. This means it is an 8 might weapon when facing non-armored foes. But versus armors, it has 48 -8 equals 40. Yeah, I know about that and I tried it, but I honestly just found it confusing. And I didn't quite... I don't know, it didn't quite... I didn't quite like it as much as I thought it should be. Yeah, we'll do this, break the... Oh, I was gonna give the kill to Soph, but oh well. Miracle. That's kind of dog shit. And Will broke. But don't worry, bro, you'll get another one soon. But if you want to keep them high might, I change uses to single digit number, like 8 uses for a hammer and just give the player multiple hammers. I kind of like that idea. It's either gonna be that, or giving it a reduction in stats. But honestly, just having them be very specialized with low uses might be pretty good. I don't know why people try to reinvent the wheel. With 3x effectiveness, you can make armor slayers a bit worse than regular ones and have them still be very good against armors. It's not really reinventing the wheel. I mean, the game was made with 2x effectiveness in mind. And sure, they're not super good, but based on my testing, 2x effectiveness with slightly stronger effective weapons felt pretty good. Because my issue is if they're 3x, they just completely destroy everything. And I don't quite like that. But I do agree the weapon uses could be a bit lower. I'm gonna try it. If I don't like it, I can always change it back. Oh, we also have the Dory Lance here, for example. Pretty heavy, not so good stats, but it gives +3 to defense and res, and only for infantry units. will just move in and let the Lyncha heal. I mean, isn't the issue with Path of Radiance that it's super slow and things take forever to die? Isn't destroying enemies a good thing? Well, this is based off of the hard version, not Maniac mode. And units are generally gonna have lower bulk. Enemies will have lower bulk, so, as I said, so far I found that just keeping it 2x and making the weapons a little bit better did more than made it feel more balanced than just having them be 3x. Wait, these guys move now? Didn't I disable that? Oh, man. I want everybody alive for my testing save, so... I think I'm gonna just call it a day here and then finish this chapter off screen. Maybe add a couple more changes to it. But I do like the change for having them have less uses. They may have been made with 2x in mind, but it just made effective weapons garbage. 3x also isn't a universal solution. I'm not a fan of 2x without giving the weapon other downsides, otherwise they're just baseline too good, but 3x doesn't always work. I want to try it. If it doesn't work, I can always change it. That's pretty much my philosophy. I think 3x works for many things, but it doesn't have to work necessarily. Let's do A here as well. And we can keep the... Wait. I forgot, but since you're working on Tellius, I'd like feedback on the personal skills if you have time to do that. Too good, too bad, not in character. What personal skills? You mean for Path of Radiance? Oh, this is still called Lagoose Lair. Why the fuck is this called Rance Baster? Is this supposed to be a Lance destroyer? The Daybreak ones? Didn't I give you my opinions on that? If you have the list, I mean, you can send it over, I can take a look, but I thought I already gave you my opinions. Maybe I'm misremembering. Let's change this to be like 14 maybe. 70, and we'll change the uses to 8. We'll try the uses change. Of Radiance originally had plans for Reaver weapons. Yeah, and I want to try to add them. It was turned into the Lagoose effective weapon. Yes, true. True. Lance Buster, yeah. Stuff like that. Let's pole axe. Let's do 15 here, and we'll give this one 8. Let's give both of them 8. Yeah, you can see the Devil Axe is in this, but yeah, the way I changed the Devil Axe is as long as you have the Devil Axe, you get minus 40 to defense and res. It's not quite the same, but it means you can only really use this to one-shot stuff, or if you have a huge HP pool. It essentially sets your defense and res to 0. In fact, maybe I want to reduce the luck as well, so you will always face crit, even if you survive. Let me just do that. Def, res, and luck. And it's pretty, the weight's pretty bad. It's for one-shotting. Larga has so little defense anyways that doesn't change much for him. For example, yeah. Let's see. think that's that. Yeah, for bows, I think I just pretty much gave them a small buff across the board, and that honestly made them feel pretty good, I find. Stiletto has armor effectiveness. You get it earlier. I think that's pretty much it for the most part. I don't think I changed magic yet. It's mostly fine. For the bands, they just give you a small stat boost instead of growth bonuses. So, I don't know, I'm not a fan of growth boosters. If we figure out a way to add more consumables, then I think I will have consumables which maybe give you more growth rates, but if not, then I will just not have those kind of items, I think. Because I don't like equipable items that change your defense, change your growths. Otaku Anime Sensei 5133, welcome for the Braum Bro membership. Thank you, man. That's very nice of you. Devil X in my game also drops your defense and rest, but it also has a minus 666 growth rate penalty to all stats and has a hidden skill that guarantees a level up when you use it in combat. I don't particularly like that, because then I just don't want to use it on units that aren't capped out. Yeah, Night Ward technically still has 15 speed, but I might remove that as well. I haven't decided yet. Oh yeah, I added a couple new knives as well. Radiant Knife, Beast Killer, Hard, Great Weapons, Bowgun, Chukunu, Brave Crossbow, Hellfire, Galewind, Zapper, Kushmar. I think these are from my FE10 thing. I have the Dory, okay. Let me just note down some things for chapter 8. Where is it? Wait, no, this is chapter 7. So we wanted to buy a bishop. Bishop mini boss next to it. Okay, you can't see this actually, that should be fine. Then what was the other thing we wanted to do? I already forgot. We did the changes to the weapons. I think that's it. I don't recall any other changes. Maybe making these guys. I feel like these guys are a little bit too... They don't feel quite right spawning here. You can deal with them, but still. Not quite sure what to do with them though, other than like just removing them. Maybe I'll just have them spawn here instead. And then the upper group has to deal with them. Maybe. You've been consistently denying the soldier reinforcements by blocking his spot. I've not been denying him. The soldier just spawns, like if I have a unit right here, he just spawns here. You can't deny them in this game, I'm pretty sure. They will just spawn on the tile next to it. That being said, I think I gotta stop now because it's 17:30. I wanted to take a shower and eat something before D&D in half an hour, so that is what I will do. But I am mostly done with this chapter. I am in a state where I think I'm relatively happy with how it feels. Yeah. Maybe I should change the miracle reward though. Let me note that down. Change miracle reward in the western chest, question mark. There we go. Have fun with D&D, yeah, thank you. I'll be heading off now. See ya, Dawn. Thank you guys for sticking around for this very spontaneous stream. Next session is on the 23rd. Yeah, we play Monday and Thursday, 2 different campaigns, almost every week. Sometimes it obviously doesn't work out, but yeah, okay, I'll see you guys next time. You can actually be excited for tomorrow, because tomorrow me and Oof are gonna continue Berwick Saga on his channel, so if you want to see me co-commentate that, be sure to check it out. And maybe Wednesday I'll do another stream myself, we'll see. Bye bye!